Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Sam here, and today I'll be reviewing a brand new camera that recently hit the market, the DJI Osmo. Let's get started. So if you are unfamiliar with my review structure on this channel, it goes a little something like this. I will first talk about the box, where I discuss the goodies that actually come with one of these products. Then I will talk about the build, where I will show off some of the very impressive features of this camera. And finally, I will end it off with the bills. Is this product worth it? Keep watching to find out. In the box, you get this really sweet case that resembles a guitar case, which holds the DJI Osmo. You get the gimbal itself, of course, a micro SD card, wrist straps, manuals, and charging accessories. Overall, not too overwhelming, which is nice. It's stuff that you would actually use. I'm going to start off by saying that this is the weirdest looking camera gimbal product I have ever seen. When I took it out of the case for the first time, my right eyebrow actually moved, and that never happens. But hey, that's what makes it unique. I wasn't the only one who thought this camera looked a little strange. When I was walking around on my college campus taking video, I heard somebody say to their friend, "Wow, look at that weird looking camera." And then when I was filming, someone came up to me and asked me, "Hey, is that the new GoPro?" And I said, "No." To which they then said, "Oh, I was about to say, the new GoPro looks weird as shit." Yeah. So with all of that weirdness out of the way, this is actually a really impressive camera. To start off, you unlock a few of the components on the camera to get it ready for use. Once those parts are unlocked, you then control the camera through the DJI app on your iPhone or Android device. Once you set up an account and get everything else ready to go, bam, you're done. You are ready to use your camera. Before I get into how this camera operates, let's have a look around it, shall we? On the front of the Osmo, there's the camera itself, a mic in port, the built-in mic, a lanyard hole for wrist straps, and the trigger. On the head of the camera, there is a micro SD card port, micro USB port, tilt motor, roll motor, UV filter, and air vents. Yes, air vents. There is a pretty loud fan in this camera, but it's a very powerful product, so it makes sense. On the back of the camera are your controls. There's a joystick, shutter button, record button, camera status LED, and a system status LED. On the right of the camera, there's the power switch, and on the left is the mobile device holder. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the review, there is an unlocking process you need to do in order to get the gimbal to work. Of course, you can lock everything back into place to store back in the awesome guitar case that came with the product. So how does this work with your phone? Well, believe it or not, your phone is actually the viewfinder. The Osmo actually has Wi-Fi built in, so your phone can connect to it as if it was connecting to any typical Wi-Fi network. Once connected, you will be greeted with a series of options. The device is capable of taking video up to 4K at 30 frames per second and raw photos up to 12 megapixels. These options, of course, can be adjusted in the various camera modes. Speaking of camera modes, there are several options you can adjust to make sure you are getting the kind of pictures and video that you need. From adjusting the camera's white balance, ISO, and even creating individual profiles for the gimbal itself, this device is highly customizable. The photos and videos that this device captures is pretty awesome. On my second channel, where I create weekly vlogs, I did some filming with the Osmo around my college campus at its highest recording setting and was very impressed. The camera was very steady and the color looked excellent. Due to YouTube compression, however, it does not look as pretty, but trust me, it's pretty sweet. I was actually quite surprised by the photos you are able to take on this device. It's pretty amazing how the gimbal can even help get some amazing steady photos. One of the other neat things about this gimbal is the trigger that is on the front. Hold down the trigger to keep it focused on your subject no matter how you move the gimbal. Press the trigger twice to center it, or press 3 times to activate what DJI calls selfie mode. Now, here is something that has been bothering me. After getting the camera, I read several reviews about it online and discovered that many reviewers called it the ultimate selfie stick. I felt that this title was misleading. I mean, yes, it does act as one, but that's not the point. The point of this device is to help you shoot high-quality, steady video at an affordable price. With a headline like that, buyers might be turned off. I mean, who wants to pay $650 for a robotic selfie stick? Exactly. So please, ladies and gentlemen, do not let a headline like that fool you. Just a note, I am not sponsored by DJI in any way. These are purely my own thoughts. Let's move on to the bills. $650 is really not that bad when it comes to a device like this. So with that being said, if you are an aspiring videographer and you want to get a really neat camera gimbal product without breaking the bank, this might just be the product for you. And finally, do not think of it as just a selfie stick. All of my social media websites are listed in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching.